Sylvia! What are you doing here?
Carolyn, hey, sorry to just show up like this, but, can I?
Yeah, of course, come in.
Sylvia, what's going on?
Ryan, good, you're here too. Where's Keith?
He's not around.
When will he be back?
We don't know.
He really needs to hear this too.
What do you got?
I've heard from Lindsay and Joseph.
They're back?
They were, briefly. Lindsay uploaded a bunch of audio to a drive that we use for the podcast. I've got a clip here. You guys need to, but Keith should really be here for this too. We can wait.
That could be a long wait.
What do you mean?
Just play it, Sylvia.
Okay.
Wait, before you do, is this something secret? Something we need to keep from the...
It'll be in the new season of the podcast, so no.
Oh, okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Upload complete. Come on, Joseph.
Listen, Chad, some shady government types are going to come through here before too long. You never saw us, okay? Okay.
Joseph, hang on. There's a truck pulling in. 2 of them.
Dang. Why do you care about the reefers? Chad, do you mind if we leave through the back? Do whatever, man.
Wait, what did you call them?
The trucks? They're reefers. What? What is that? Are they like marijuana trucks or something? No, dude. Reefers are refrigerated trucks. They've been coming through here for days now. Heading into the city? Yeah.
Joseph, what?
Get out of Circle City, Chad. What? Seriously. Move away. Like tomorrow. Pack up and go. If there's anyone here you love, convince them to do the same. Okay, man. Come on, Lindsay, through the back.
Joseph, wait. What was that?
Those refrigerated trucks are full of the dead. The closed circle solution, remember? The Cabal have been collecting corpses from all over the country and bringing them here so that when the water tower goes live...
There will be an army of the dead, ready to swarm the streets. So it's starting. Should we stay? We have to stay, right?
How can we?
We have to help.
You're still recording, right?
Yeah.
Sylvia, tell Sorrels and the rest that it's time, that it's happening now. Okay, Lindsay, send that so we can get back.
Okay. I'm sorry we couldn't do more. Good luck, you guys. Remember.
Anyway,
Do good.
you know how it ends.
So the podcasters come back just to dump their newest season, then they bailed? Knowing full well what was coming? That's great. Real nice.
You know they couldn't stay.
They could have. We did.
Where's Keith?
Like we said, he's not here.
When will he be?
We don't know.
How do you not know?
He's gone, Sylvia.
And we don't know where.
It was about a week ago. We woke up and he was just... Sometime in the night, he got all of his stuff together and quietly cleared out of the bank.
He didn't leave a note or anything?
He didn't need to. We knew this was coming. He'd been on the edge for a while. You heard how emotional he was at the end of season 3.
It's true. He barely got through the epilogue I had him record. But later he seemed fine. He did the updates and promos for...
He tried to hide it, tried to pretend like everything was fine, but we knew better. He was never the same after the second night in Shady Hollow.
We lost Hardesty and the podcasters at the same time. I guess he took it as a sign. With everyone else jumping ship, he figured he might as well too.
That's not fair, Ryan.
Then why did he leave, Carolyn?
Dr. H had convinced Keith that there was nothing to be done about what's coming. Keith spent years trying to protect this city, first as a cop, then as a PI. He defended it from the bad guys and then from the monsters, only to find out that Circle City would fall to them both in the end. Why would he stick around?
I see. Well, I hope he finds peace outside of this place. He's certainly earned it. It's just really bad timing. We need Keith, now more than ever.
We do, which is why the Reverend went to look for him.
He did?
Left yesterday. We told him not to bother, but he insisted. If Keith doesn't want to be found, he won't be. He's a detective. He knows how to vanish and stay that way. That's how he kept me and the fugitive over here off the radar for so long.
So we don't have Aiden either?
We're down to the skeleton crew, I'm afraid.
Why are you two still here?
For the same reason Keith didn't bother trying to persuade us to go with him. Dr. H had convinced him that nothing could or should be done to stop the closed circle solution, but...
But Hardesty didn't convince you guys.
Even though both Ryan and I are younger than Keith, we've been in this fight longer than he has. We were both practically kids when we got pulled into this mess. I owe it to this place. For what I've done here, I've tried to do, I'm still trying to...
We haven't fought so hard for our home to just give up, is what Carolyn is saying.
I understand. I'm not giving up either. That's why I'm here. I know the three of us haven't really worked together, not directly. It was usually Lindsay speaking for my camp and Keith for yours. But with them gone, well, look at us now. All the background people come into the fore.
We were never background people, Sylvia.
We just don't go in for all this podcast stuff.
It draws too much attention.
But it serves a purpose. You must realize that at this point. It ensures the truth gets out. Even if we don't. Anyway, how are we going to...
Wait. Not here.
What? What's wrong?
We're pretty sure the bank is being monitored.
So they know I'm here?
Sure do. They could even be listening right now.
That's why you stopped me before I played the recording. Is this place bugged?
We're not sure. Maybe.
But there is a place here where it's safe to talk. This way.
Okay, now let's...
No, not yet.
Leave your phone behind, Sylvia.
You can set it on the table there. Sorry about all this. Can't be too careful. You understand?
You think they've hacked my phone?
Possibly. We'll talk in the vault.
Why?
The walls, the door, they're all thick enough to block any signal. After you, ladies.
Cool. Turns out I'm claustrophobic.
But now we can speak freely. Sylvia?
Huh? Sorry, painting hanging there.
What?
Apparently Grindel did a good job depicting it. Or so Lindsay says.
They've seen the orb, haven't they? The real one.
All that audio Lindsay uploaded to your drive? You've listened to it?
I have, yes.
Are they doing okay? You know, over there?
It hasn't been easy for them. But you know those two.
So are you going to release their recordings as season 4?
That's the plan.
Then what is this? The recording you're making now?
I, thought it could be the Halloween special.
Really, Sylvia? You don't think that's in poor taste? A whole city is about to be destroyed and you're going to use it for the show?
This Halloween special isn't about the destruction of the Circle City, but how we prevent it. Even without Lindsay and Joseph or Keith, this is still the Endless Elsewhere podcast. Let's act like it.
Well, shucks, now I'm inspired, so let's talk. What are we gonna do?
Ryan, knock it off. But seriously, what can we do? They'll be expecting us to attack the water tower. All of Heartland's security is encamped around it.
So we need to do the unexpected.
Like what?
The reefers. We go after the trucks instead of the water tower.
Huh, that could work.
What? What could?
It won't matter how well guarded the water tower is. Without the dead, it'll be useless.
Right. So we hijack the trucks and drive them off a cliff.
What cliff? This is Indiana. It's all flat.
I'm being figurative, Sylvia. What we mean is, we have to destroy their army of corpses.
We really don't even have to destroy them. We just have to get the dead outside of the particle field. They won't reanimate unless they're within range of the water tower. We just have to drive the trucks far enough outside the city.
Do either of you even know how to drive a big rig? I sure don't. Hello?
No, we have to destroy the bodies or we risk the Cabal getting them back and carrying on with their plan.
Even if we do, can't they just get new bodies?
Not right away. The Cabal have been collecting the dead from all over the country for a while now, amassing them in those refrigerated trucks.
Right. All the unclaimed dead from morgues and mortuaries. The homeless, mostly. That's not something they can do again quickly.
So the best case scenario is we somehow pull this off and they just repeat their plan?
But if we are successful, we will have bought Circle City some more time.
And by then, maybe Lindsay and Joseph will be back. Keith too. Then we could stop the Cabal once and for all.
Sure, Sylvia. So how would we do this when we don't even know where any of the reefers are?
With a bit of legwork we can find them. They'll have staged the trucks strategically in the most densely populated areas of the city. You know, for maximum effect. Plus you can't really hide a huge truck like that, so they'll be easy to spot.
The table out there, where I set my phone, is covered in maps of Circle City. We can use them to do a systematic search.
Any guesses as to how many trucks there are?
No idea. Could be a whole fleet. We should locate all the reefers before we make a move, though. Then we'll know.
It would be better if we could hit them all at once. but I don't see how we can't with so few of us.
We'll have to take out one truck at a time, but then we risk them getting wise to us and alerting the others. The Cabal can just move the Reapers around. That's assuming we even get a chance to destroy them.
Right. They'll be under as much guard as the water tower. The Cabal isn't going to just let us set fire to them. Or whatever we're going to do.
Plus, we're all being watched, right?
Right. Right. We're being watched, so we can be the decoys this time.
This time?
You mean what we pulled at the old church? With the non-man and the bard?
The old bait and switch. With all the Cabal's eyes on us, those two can quietly sabotage the Reapers for us.
The non-man can cloak himself to look like a Heartland goon and move the trucks without raising the alarm.
Exactly.
Does that ancient creature even know how to drive a semi?
All those mental powers of his, I'm sure he can figure it out.
And then when he does, the non-man can bring the trucks to the bard who can methodically crush the skulls of every corpse in the trailer, rendering them useless. So long as the brain is destroyed, they can't reanimate.
Do you know where those two are?
No, but we can call them. The non-man still has Keith's burner.
What about the Cabal hacking phones?
That's why we all use the dumb phones. Much harder to track than the smart ones.
Oh, got it.
So now we just have to find a place for them to work. Somewhere here in the city, but deserted.
The old iron foundry?
I don't know. That place got a lot of attention in the podcast. I feel like they may have an eye on it.
What about the old drive-in? It's on the edge of town with nothing around it. No one will notice a big truck.
That's good. Yeah, I think that'll work.
Even still, Heartland is going to notice when the non-man starts taking trucks.
Like I said, we're the decoys this time. We'll have to create some sort of distraction, get the Cabal's attention on us so those two can work. Ideas?
We should do what they expect us to do. We attack, or pretend like we're going to attack, the water tower. That should put them all on high alert and reroute their forces to the center of the city, diverting protection from the trucks.
I love it. We'll need some weapons so they think we're coming to fight. And to defend ourselves for real if they come at us.
That shouldn't be a problem for you guys.
It is actually. The zappers are all dead and only Hardesty knew how to recharge them. Plus all of our monster slaying gear got left in the hideaway. And the collector's crate of weaponry was in the back of his truck, which was promptly towed to the junkyard after he wrecked it.
We'll figure something out, guys. What was that look you gave each other?
You're not going with us, Sylvia.
Of course I am. You're already short-handed. I know I've never been in a fight like you guys, but I can still help.
It's not that, Sylvia.
Then what?
You were right earlier, when you said that the truth had to get out, even if we don't.
Yeah, and?
You're the reason the truth makes it to the world.
This thing we're gonna try is gonna get messy. Before it does, you need to get to a safe distance. You need to leave Circle City.
Like Keith and Aiden? I'm not.
You have to, Sylvia. There's not a podcast without you.
Like it or not, you're the designated survivor.
Survivor? We're all getting out of this. Would you stop looking at each other like that?
This is what has to happen.
It's gonna take a while to get the non-man and the bard into position, even longer to find all these trucks. While we do all that, you need to pack up and leave town.
But the Cabal will see I'm leaving since they're watching us. Won't that make them suspicious?
We want them to be, remember? That's the point. And with you gone, that's more eyes on us.
Okay, I know you hate this podcast stuff, but you have to record everything and get it to me afterwards. Did Keith leave Lindsay's old recorder here?
I don't think so.
That's fine. Here, take mine.
Do I just let it run, or...?
Leave it off in the downtime, then switch it on for significant things.
Like what?
An important conversation or piece of action. Don't worry, it'll become second nature. You'll find yourself turning it on and off without even thinking about it. You'll start to sense when something important's about to happen.
I'll do my best.
Good luck, you guys. This is a good time to stop the recording.
Oh, got it. Sorry, I guess I'll start recording again later, when something important is about to happen. You're sure he won't mind us using these bikes?
Nah, the collector's on another planet. He'll never miss them.
There it is. Let's walk the rest of the way.
It's quiet tonight. No sign of anyone. Not even...
Oh, I'm sure they're here. Hiding somewhere. Probably everywhere.
I didn't mean Heartland. I meant the Doomsday Prophet.
The crazy homeless guy with the sign?
What did the collector call him? Linus?
Silas.
Right, Silas. Wonder where he went. He was here the whole time we were, remember? I don't recognize the area without him.
When we were staking out the place, you mean?
Yeah.
Hard to believe it was us guarding the water tower from the podcasters at one time.
Harder still to believe that he's up there in that thing.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. H.
Maybe he listened to his own ranting about the end of Circle City and left it. Silas, I mean. Seems like everybody's getting out of Dodge these days.
Maybe not. Over there on the sidewalk. That's the cardboard sign he carried, right?
Let's have a look.
To the end of the age, we speed ourselves.
Yep, that's his sign, all right. Do you think he knew this was coming? Like, really knew?
Do I think he was more than just a crazy man? I don't know. The collector says prophecy is history that hasn't happened yet, so maybe it's just a matter of...
It's... you know who.
Why is you-know-who calling?
I probably shouldn't answer, right? Since others might be listening.
What if it's an emergency, though? Something may have gone wrong. Just don't put it on speaker. I'll bring the recorder closer to the phone.
Okay. Hi, Grandma. How's it going?
Pay for the first vehicle. Board to the rendezvous. A madman is destroying the cadavers as you instructed.
He has to hurry. Does he understand what will happen if he doesn't get them all?
I saw him dead, breathless, and bleeding on the ground. Art thou alive? Or is it fantasy that plays upon our eyesight? I prithee, speak. We will not trust our eyes without our ears. Thou art not what thou seemst. He understands.
Why are you calling me from the back of the truck, Grandma?
You wish that I keep you informed of our progress.
I wanted you to keep me in the loop, yeah. I just didn't expect a call so soon.
The task was simple enough. There was no one to resist me taking the vehicle.
Really? That can't be right. Why would they leave it totally unguarded?
You saw no one.
There was not a single human soul within sight.
And the keys? Were they left in the... What is that sound?
Is that a helicopter? Cloak yourself in the Bard. Look like Heartland security guys.
I never knew our disguises.
But you still sound the same.
He's on the phone. His power only works in person.
Right. I just hope he's ready to talk his way out of this.
I can deceive any of your kind.
That one. That's the creature. Shoot him.
Ma'am, are you sure? He looks like one of...
Just f***ing shoot it!
What the
What happened?
I don't know.
Cover the receiver so they don't hear us.
Fool me once.
No.
Is that Troxel?
Ah, there you are. So that's the real you, huh? I didn't get a good look last time. Ugh. Ugly. But my boys just made you uglier, didn't they?
The non-man is down. So is his disguise.
That means they can see the Bard, too.
And there's Pendergast, bastard son. Sorry about your buddy here, but you're coming with me.
In that point, I will conclude to hate her. Nay, indeed, to be revenged upon her. For when full shall...
Shut the f*** up. Seriously, how do you listen to that all the time?
What did you do to him?
Oh, this? Something the nerds cooked up. They can't wait to get their hands on this guy. They've been after the Pendergast tech since, well, always. Don't worry. 10-man over here ain't dead. Not until they take him apart, anyway. Get in here and bring the power lift. This boy looks like he weighs a half-ton. Hey, easy on those stiffs. That's precious cargo. So, how you doing, big guy? Dead yet?
Very nearly. Yes.
This isn't a very fitting end for so long a life as yours.
It is good enough.
Is it? Why are you even here, dude? Your life debt to the podcaster ended the second she left the planet.
I'm in her debt still.
For what?
She gave me a chance that I did not earn.
To do the right thing or whatever? Don't make me puke. Are you guys done yet or what? Let's go. Get this thing in the bird. There's an extraction team waiting for you on the outskirts.
What about you, ma'am?
You think I'd miss what's about to happen here? Oh. Hey, monster. That mental power of yours works great on the living. Do you think it'll work on the dead? I kinda doubt it. Close these doors, then get this truck back where it belongs.
I think they're gone. See if he can still hear you.
Are you still with us? Do you have the phone?
Don't worry about that. Just hang in there. We're on our way to get you.
Do not come for me. I'm finished. I feel we are all finished.
What is that?
It's coming from the water tower.
It's going live. You have to get out of the truck.
Get up! Get out of there!
Use your power. Look like one of the dead.
He's gone.
How did they know? What we were doing? How did they know?
They saw the non-man coming. They must have had cameras set up too. We should have realized that we failed. Carolyn, it's happening now.
But I don't... Where is the...
Listen. Just listen. What is that? Did you hear that?
I've heard it before. We both have.
There. Carolyn. At the top of the water tower. Do you see them? Those three figures cloaked in red? Are those the same things we saw in...
They are. Yes.
But the lantern's locked away in the vault, so how is it we can see and hear those things again?
Because they're revealing themselves to us. Just us. They want you and I to behold them in their victory.
What?
We defeated the Triumvirs once, but not this time.
What did you call them?
That's the Reverend's word for them. He said they were the principalities of the air, the unholy trinity who rule this region of the world. Circle City has always been their seat of demonic power. They're taunting us, exalting in the death that's come to our home. We always talk about the Cabal as being behind this evil, but behind them is something even worse.
They're fading away. We gotta go.
Let's get the bikes and get back to the bank.
No, leave them. We gotta get off the street. That's where the worst of it'll be.
It's already here. Ryan, look.
That's Silas.
Not anymore, it's not. Come on. Where are we going?
This way.
Do you know where you're going? These alleys are a maze.
We need to find somewhere...
What's happening?
Something around the corner up ahead. Let's see.
That guy looks like he's done this before. Maybe he can help us.
Not that guy. I know him.
You know that hillbilly with the antique farm tool?
That's the guy who found the witch stick, remember? In Jurgen's fallout shelter. Griff, I think his name was.
Oh, yeah. Keith said he was a crazy person. Looks like he was right.
We're better off avoiding him. Let's go the other way.
Okay. Ryan, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Come on, stay close.
We gotta get inside.
I think we're behind a strip mall.
How do you know?
The building looks like it's broken up into a row of suites. See the doors? You try that one. I'll get this one.
Locked. How about that one?
No good.
Ryan, your buddy is back, and he's brought friends. What are we doing here? We're cut off.
We need to...
In here, come on.
What is this place? It's so dark in here.
I've kept the lights off. We can move to the front of the building where the windows are. The streetlight will let us see better.
Oh, it's a boutique.
Eh?
The store. See? Fancy clothes?
Oh, so nothing useful.
Doesn't look like it.
Hey, you, street urchin. I don't suppose you have any weapons, do you?
She's a kid, Ryan. She doesn't have any... What's your name, sweetheart?
Skarlett.
Thanks for helping us out.
Do good, fight evil, repeat.
What'd you say?
That's from a podcast I used to listen to.
Yeah, we're familiar with it.
Where are your parents?
I don't know.
Did you get separated from them?
No, they were gone long before this.
Oh, sorry.
Here we are. Just stay back from the windows or one of those things will see you.
It's only been hours since it started. How did it all fall apart so quickly?
Hey, did you see that dead cop?
Yeah, he's been shot through the head, it looks like. How are we supposed to beat the monsters if we're too busy killing each other?
Yeah, totally. But his gun is still there. We should try to grab it.
We're not going back out there.
We need weapons.
We need escape.
I've seen people going into the sewers. You might want to try that.
The sewers, huh?
See where the lid has been removed?
Where?
Beside that dead cop. There.
I see it. You said people have been going down there?
Yeah, a few.
Good place to hide.
It'd also be a safer way to move about the city.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you still... Forget the gun, Ryan. It's not worth the risk.
We need to be able to defend ourselves.
What we need is to get out of here. Wait, Calista, that's her specialty. Maybe she can help us.
That's not a bad idea.
Hang on, Ryan. All right, what's up?
Listen, we need some help.
I can't imagine with what.
Yeah, ha ha ha.
Sorry, buddy. We're kind of in the thick of it ourselves here.
It sure sounds like it. You guys okay?
Piper went and got herself hurt.
What happened?
Your girl's out here trying to be a hero. We saved some folks, but then we got cornered. Fortunately, some guy came and helped us out.
What guy?
Ryan, it was Charlie Winston. He's here.
Wait, for real?
The deathless Charlie Winston. The immortal outlaw sure picks a heck of a time to finally show up.
Piper, where is he?
I don't know. He pulled us out of the fire and then took off.
How did she know it was him?
Piper, are you sure it was actually Winston?
Believe me, it was him.
We called you guys for help, but it sounds like you need ours more. Where are you? We can try to...
No, we'll be fine. Don't worry about us. But I could use a favor from Hardesty.
Oh, yeah, he's not with us anymore. Haven't you heard the podcast?
Been a little busy, so no Hardesty?
Not anymore.
Got it. Okay. Calista and I will have to think of something else then.
For what? What do you mean?
We've got people here. Calista's gonna get them out of the city, but I can't go with them. Harlan has already taken over the roadways. They're prepping for the evacuation.
You can't sneak by them? Just keep your head down in the crowd. They won't see...
They're expecting me to try that. The Cabal doesn't forget about traitors. Not even with all this going on.
Right. So what are you gonna do?
I have a plan B. Can't say what it is, though. Not over the phone. Sorry we couldn't help you, Ryan.
It's okay, Piper. Just take care of yourself. And good luck. Hopefully we'll see you on the other side of all this.
Tell the others I said. Calista, where's that coming from?
Sniper, he's on the roof. We need to move.
Gotta go, Ryan.
So long, Piper.
We're on our own.
I guess so.
Did Calista say sniper?
Yeah, Harlan must be taking those out with guns. Maybe it's good we're unarmed after all. Hey, where's the urchin?
Skarlett? Skarlett, where'd you...
Oh, there! She's outside! She's going for the gun! Kid, stop!
Skarlett, leave it alone!
Put it down!
No!
Kid!
She's moving. Look, it only grazed her.
Her eye, though.
We've got to get her.
Stop!
Let go of me.
No.
Let go.
You kept me from going out there and getting killed. I'm doing the same.
I'm not leaving her.
Look, she's crawling into the sewer.
Oh, good girl. That's right. Go. Go, Skarlett.
Okay, she made it. She got away. Now it's our turn.
Where are we going to go? Heartland is out front and those creatures are out back.
I think we've got a better chance with the dead.
We're just going to have to run straight through them and not stop until we're free. I know the streets are more dangerous, but we'll have to cross one to get into the next alley. Let's go.
what he says!
Y'all okay back there?
Mostly.
Yeah, we're fine. Where are we?
Parking garage. I brought us to the 4th level, so it'll be a while before they catch up. They're slow enough as it is without working against an incline.
I appreciate you picking us up. Why did you?
Do good, fight evil, repeat. That's from my favorite podcast.
Yeah, we've heard it. What is all this back here?
Tools of the trade.
And what is your trade?
Until tonight, it was pest control. Well, I suppose maybe it still is.
Who are you?
Name's Lester Isaac Moore. Darn pleased to meet the both of you.
Same here.
Yeah, a pleasure.
What kind of exterminator are you? This gear looks...
Oh, well, most of it is of my own devising. I've actually been tinkering here recently with a lot of my old gear, modifying it.
Modifying it for what?
Well, shoot, ain't it obvious? The apocalypse. One sec, let me get out and come around to the back of the van.
This is why you never get into vans with strangers. I thought we were avoiding crazy rednecks.
Come on out of there, you two.
So you made all this, huh? Some of it looks pretty extreme.
It has to be. You wouldn't believe some of the things I've found in this town while on the job. Like this here. It's a little gas chamber I made for vermin. But I once caught a doll with it. A living one, if you can believe it.
We believe it.
Did you happen by any chance to sell that doll to a curio shop?
I most certainly did, yeah. Years ago. Did you hear me tell that story on Circle City Supernatural?
No, I didn't hear you on the radio.
Then how'd you...
Because I'm the one who cleaned up the mess. The doll went crazy in the store, as you should have known it would. I had to hunt it down. That was my first case, actually.
Case?
Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Oh, wait now. Hang on just a dang old minute here. I thought you two sounded familiar. You're on Lindsay's podcast, ain't you? That's you guys. Carol and Randy, right?
Carolyn and Ryan.
Well, dog my cats. What are the odds of us coming together on this of all nights? Meant to be, that's what I think it is. So you two are, what, headed to put a stop to all this? But y'all ain't got no weapons. Well, I can fix that. For the lady.
What is this? A staff?
Was a catch pole for snaring critters. But I swapped out the rope for razor wire. Now all you gotta do is get this loop on the end here around the neck of some undead roadkill, then pull this here at the other end of the pole. That'll tighten up the loop, making it a garret, you know? The razor wire cuts right through, and the more they struggle, the more they do the work for you.
And what will...
It'll saw a head right off its own shoulders. You'll be a surgeon with a chainsaw, I tell you what.
Oh.
Now for you, young buck, let me see here. Oh, here we go. Wear this tank like a backpack. Yeah, that's right. Now buckle the harness around. Yeah, you got it. Now this sprayer here is connected to the tank. Just give it a squeeze when you're ready to do some damage. Oh, diggity dang, Randy, that sits real good on you. Real good.
What is this thing?
I used to use it for insects, you know? But instead of bug spray, now it shoots a pressurized dissolvent of my own formulating. You know what quicklime is? Well, it's like that, only more caustic. It works faster, I mean. So, quicker lime, I guess you'd call it. You spray this on an already decaying corpse and it'll skeletonize in a minute flat. That's my personal guarantee.
So it melts them.
Like a smitten heart in battery acid, yes sir.
Mr. Moore, are you...
What? A loony?
a genius?
Yeah.
You believed the podcast. Believed that all this would actually happen. That's why you prepared for it.
I used to phone into Lindsay's show on the regular. She always believed my crazy stories, so, well, I believed hers. Shoot, we've been gabbing too long.
Sounds like a lot more of them now.
Yeah, they like to snowball like that.
You've been watching them?
Reconnaissance, yes ma'am.
What else have you learned?
They ain't like the ones you see in the movies. They ain't trying to eat you. But still, I wouldn't recommend getting bit by one of those things. Nothing carries disease and infection like a carcass, believe you me. Anywho, not to worry. I'll take care of these ones while you two get.
What? No, we'll stay and help you.
Nah, you two got bigger fish to fry.
We do?
Ain't you headed to stop all this?
We were, but...
No more time for chit-chat. Be on your way.
Are you sure you can handle them? You just gave us your weapons.
Not all of them. I got one left.
What's in the crate, Les?
Something I've been cooking up for a while now. Oh, and I'm tickled to finally give it a go. You two better get now. Next level up is a skywalk. It'll get you across the street. Good luck to you. We're all counting on you.
Thanks.
Carolyn, let's go. There's the skywalk.
I really don't want to just leave him down there. Think he'll be okay?
The gates of hell only swing the one way, you rotten bone bags. Back in you go.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Come on.
Hold up. Let's stop here for a minute.
Yeah, good idea.
What are we doing?
Staying alive. It'll be dawn in a couple more hours. At first light, we should be able to...
No, I mean, what are we going to do about this?
What do you mean? We tried, and it didn't work. So now...
So now we try something else.
Carolyn, look around. It's over. We lost. We're in survival mode here.
It's not over. You heard Les. This city is counting on us.
Really? You sound like the podcasters now.
And for good reason. Les helped us because of the podcast. Skarlett, too. We mocked Lindsay and Joseph for that slogan, but the people of Circle City took it to heart.
So maybe we should too.
Yeah. Think. What can we still do?
The only way we're going to change anything is with the element of surprise. We have to do the most unexpected thing.
Which is?
The most expected thing. We have to take out the water tower.
How could we possibly?
I've been thinking about Silas. When the water tower went live, he crawled out from under one of those vents in the street.
Yeah, what was that?
That metal grating covers catch basins. It's for collecting rainwater. It's essentially a big storm drain.
Okay, so?
So, there were none around the water tower until after the renovation. When Keith had us guarding the place from the podcasters, we watched the Cabal excavate around the base of it, remember? Maybe the vents aren't vents at all. At least not for rainwater. And maybe Silas crawled into one to sleep or get warm or whatever and was killed.
Killed because he saw something he shouldn't. And that made him the closest corpse to the water tower when it went live. He was probably the first one to reanimate.
The firstborn of the Goners.
So if they dug out all around the water tower, there must be something underneath it now.
At the very least, another way in.
Even if we can, how are we going to destroy it?
Hardesty.
You really think you can get through to him? I guess it's possible. Maybe seeing all this death...
We're not going to change his mind. We never will. But without him, none of this works.
Without him? What are you saying?
We can't destroy the water tower. But we can destroy him.
You're serious? Our friend?
Look around, Carolyn. Does it look like he's still our friend?
We have to try something. This is as good as anything, I guess.
We're here. But there's a problem. Look.
Les was right. They do like to snowball. Why are they all here?
I don't know. The water tower's their source of life. Maybe it's like bugs swarming a light.
Do you remember where Silas came up through the street?
I do, but we've got to get through a wall of corpses first.
I guess we'll see if our new weapons actually work.
We should test them first. On those stragglers over there.
Let's do it.
Just remember the number one rule.
Don't die.
Don't die. I'll get this one. Okay, let's see if this thing works. Whoa! Les wasn't kidding. Your turn.
All right. Here we go. Loop around the neck. Loop around the neck.
Nicely done.
Here come the rest.
I see him.
There's so many.
We don't have to destroy them all. We just have to cut our way through the crowd. Stay close. Here it is.
Get it open. I'll keep them back. Hurry up.
It's heavy. Got it. Come on, inside.
Are they strong enough to lift it?
Not with all of them now standing on it.
Good thing they're all uncooperative morons.
Yeah, they probably remember that from being human. Come on, this way. There's a light down there.
It looks like the door to the collector's vault.
Which means there's something of value on the other side.
Can you open it?
Only if it's unlocked. After you.
You know, it's not gentlemanly when certain danger awaits. Where is everyone?
Maybe when the water tower went live, they were ordered to evacuate.
Maybe. What is all this? And what is that?
It's where the heart of the Bard should be.
What the?
Oh, shit!
Their plan was to use Pendergast's clean energy engine to power this thing indefinitely, but they didn't get to it in time. Oh well, better late than never.
So what is this?
It's an SMR, a small modular reactor.
It's a nuke plant?
Where are you, Troxel?
Sit tight, sweeties. I'm on my way.
Brian, the door! This place wasn't locked and guarded for the same reason the truck wasn't.
No one is there because this reactor is operated remotely. Circle City is about to be evacuated and quarantined. There's a virus out there killing and reanimating the dead. Or hadn't you heard?
How did you know what we were doing?
Hardesty. He's been spying on you. The water tower was built as a surveillance apparatus, remember? He's been following your movements since you left the bank. Despite what you thought, he can track your burners. He even listened in on your calls to the creature in the traitor.
But how did he know about our plan for the trucks? We were in the vault.
But he was too. He accessed the transceiver and listened in on you.
The transceiver? No. The collector destroyed it.
He said he did in the podcast, but as you well know, those two scamps often plant false info in the show to protect secrets. No, that too tall put it in one of the safety deposit boxes.
Son of a mother piece of
Hardesty told you our plan so that you would stop us, so that all of this would happen.
One city in exchange for 2 universes. Seems like a good deal to me.
How did he know we were coming here? We only just decided to.
Even I knew you would try this. Some pointless Hail Mary against the water tower was the only option you had left. What was the plan, guys? You've got some new gear, but I don't see a box of C4 or anything else that would bring this place down.
You can see us?
Cameras, Angel Face. They're everywhere.
We didn't come to destroy the place.
You didn't? Oh, that is... wow, what a twist. Did you hear that, Hardesty? They came to kill you, my man. These two are cold-blooded. I love it.
Can Hardesty hear us?
Haven't you been paying attention? He hears everything.
Hardesty, please, you have to...
Oh, don't bother. We're way past all that
So are you coming to kill us or what?
Hurt feelings aside, Hardesty's deal for your lives still stands. My bosses will continue to honor it. That's why we let Sorrels waltz out of town. And now, it's your turn. The pair of you have the distinction of being the first official evacuees of Circle City. Congratulations. I will personally escort you out. I'm even gonna let you hang on to the recorder that Sylvia gave you.
Why? This will expose you. Everyone will know there's no virus, that this is all a conspiracy to...
It's not gonna have the effect you think it's going to, Princess. You're serving their purpose as much as I am. You just don't know it.
That's a lie.
I pity your ignorance, but I envy it more.
We will never stop fighting them. They will have to kill us.
Why would they kill you when they can use you? That's what they do. It's easy enough to bump you off, but to make you subservient? Well, that's a fate worse than death for little rebels like you, isn't it? There's even gonna come a time when they give you a task, and you'll perform it. You won't want to, of course, but they'll find a way to make you.
We will never serve them.
Yeah, I said the same thing once.
Despite what was asked of me for this recording, what you're hearing now is not the epilogue to the episode, but to the place I once called home. I'm speaking to you months after the fact. This wasn't released until now because Sylvia wanted to wait. Not so much for the Halloween season when these specials usually drop, but to see the aftermath of the disaster, to see how it would all play out. And guess what? It did so exactly as this podcast said it would. Keep that in mind as I go on. I'm sure it was obvious in the recordings I made that I'm not a podcaster. At no point did I think to recap or contextualize or narrate. Nothing like what Lindsay does. And I'm not going to start now. If you don't know or don't remember anything about the closed circle solution, go back and listen to previous episodes of this podcast. How the Cabal did all this, why the Cabal did all this, well, the actual hosts of this show can give you a better explanation than I ever could. Just know that every facet of the Cabal's plan was accomplished. But I don't need to tell you all that, do I? This is all played out in real time on the news. You've been watching it unfold on your phones and TV like the rest of the world. So you already know that in a relatively obscure Midwestern metropolis, there was an outbreak, an evacuation, and a quarantine. Early on, there were few details about the virus itself, but the evacuation was well documented. It was hailed as a sterling success. It took mere weeks to clear the whole city. An impossibility, and therefore a lie. The first of many. There is no way they got everyone out before they enacted the quarantine. A sizable number of people were left inside. Some purposefully, I'm sure. The unaccounted for have had friends and family come forward. However, they've been ignored or even silenced to maintain the lie. The lie that only the dead remain in Circle City. But even with so many left behind, the majority of the population was, in fact, removed. The mass exodus created a refugee crisis. It is an ongoing crisis. Temporary camps have been built to house the displaced, but again, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. Like how Heartland Security, now with military support, has created an ironclad perimeter around the city. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. They tell us that the virus will die when the last of its hosts decay into nothingness, and that we only have to wait. But that's just another lie. Lies on top of lies on top of lies. But it's not them who has been branded the liars. It's us. It's this podcast. Troxel warned me that the release of this audio would not have the effect that I thought it would. I didn't understand her at the time, but even though this hasn't come out yet, I know what she meant. You see, the 4th season of this podcast was released after the fall of Circle City. The clip of Lindsay and Joseph that Sylvia played for us in the bank has now been heard around the globe. Troxel said the Cabal likes to bend the worst of their enemies to their will instead of destroying them outright. The Cabal hijacks the truth and manipulates it to force the submission and humiliation of those who oppose them. In short, if you dare to attack them, they simply turn you around and send you charging back the way you came, but as their pawn now. They do this to demonstrate their power. And this is what they did to us. They have been crafting the official narrative, as history is always written by the victors. The main villain of their story is a man they're calling Wakefield. I don't know if he's even a real person or just some imaginary scapegoat. They claim he was a scientist who worked for an unnamed government agency before going rogue. He was discovered to be an obsessive listener of a certain fictional podcast. Inspired by a particular storyline, he then secretly synthesized a virus that would kill and reanimate its victims. Then he journeyed to Circle City to release it. Ridiculous, I know, but it's so much easier to believe than the actual truth, isn't it? Like the Collector once said, the only thing scarier than the official story is the alternative. If you question their version of reality, then you have to admit that the world you live in is a far worse place than you think it is. But none of this will stop Sylvia from releasing the recordings that I made with Ryan or this epilogue. She is still trying to get the truth out, even though this podcast has been weaponized against the truth. The public at large will be appalled by this episode, by this piece of fiction, this exploitation of a national tragedy, a tragedy that it apparently helped create. This will only turn more people against the podcast. The Endless Elsewhere will be forever cited as an example of why we should denounce conspiracy theories, why it's dangerous to think certain things are possible. What they're really saying is that it's dangerous to think at all, so don't do it. The Cabal has successfully demonized this podcast, but there will always be the diehards, the true believers. People like Skarlett, like Les. I don't know if either one of them made it out of the city or not. I don't even know if Piper or Calista escaped. But I do know one person who is still there. The deathless Charlie Winston. Again, if you don't know or don't remember who that is, go back and listen to previous episodes. I don't think it was a coincidence that he showed up when he did. I think he wanted to get into the city while he still could, before it was closed off. He knows what's coming. I can only guess that the immortal outlaw is just gonna wait there among the dead, wait for that spaceship to show up decades from now. The Nephilim will step out and find him waiting. I've read the books, so I know all about this man, which almost makes me feel sorry for the Giants. Almost. Grindel knew Charlie Winston would come for this reason. It's why he spent ages there, drawing all of his pets to him, trying to make Circle City the new land of phantoms. He was preparing a hell for his old enemy. But we stopped that from happening. Delayed it, anyway. Grindel's own creation, the Cabal, fulfilled his intentions for him. Even though they are now his enemy, they did his bidding by making Circle City a realm of monsters. They had their own reasons for doing so, sure, but even still it's undeniable that they obeyed, whether they wanted to or not. Like father, like child, I guess. But how? How is that possible other than... Remember, Grindel created this splinter reality with his time traveling, becoming its de facto god, or so he thought. We proved him wrong upon that point. Twice, actually. Or at least we thought we did. Everything is still playing out according to his will. But as Reverend Wright would say, there is only the one God, and it ain't Grindel. The Reverend was lucky he went to look for Keith when he did. I'm glad he ignored me and Ryan when we tried to dissuade him. It likely saved his life. He was not a part of Hardesty's deal, so Troxel would have killed the Reverend if he'd been with us, just like she did the non-man. We've since spoken with Aiden and with Keith. The Reverend was able to find the detective. Well, it was more like the detective found the Reverend. Both, of course, now know that they have no home to return to. None of us do. And so without Circle City, there is no more detective agency. The unclosing eye has closed for the last time. Ryan and I kept the work going right up until the very end, but now we are disbanded. Officially. So what comes now? I wish I could tell you. Ryan and I are young enough to start over, I guess. We're not the kids we were when all of this began. Ryan at least has an idea of what he'll do. He wants to move out of the state and find a groundskeeper job in some cemetery. He said that as a joke at first, but now I think he's serious about it. He did that kind of work a lifetime ago. It's all that he really knows. I can see him being happy there, mowing grass and raking leaves in the sunlight, among all of the horizontal dead. It'll be harder for me. Before I can do anything, I have to invent a new life, an alias. I'm still a fugitive after all, even if the place where I committed my crimes doesn't really exist anymore. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do. Even if I did, I wouldn't tell my plan to this microphone. I just hope that all of us can find some peace now that we've been removed from Circle City. It's weird. I fought so hard for that place, but now I'm glad it's gone. I don't know what I'm saying. That's all I got, Sylvia. I need to stop.
It's okay. Thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate you doing this for me.
What about you, Sylvia? What are you going to do?
Oh, I'm staying put. I'm going to live as close to the quarantine zone as I can for when Lindsay and Joseph come back. When they do, they'll fix all this.
Sylvia, come on. You really think they're going to make a triumphant return and save the day? The day has been lost. Ryan and I should have accepted it earlier like Keith did. And you should too. All we did was for nothing. It's over.
It's not over. It'll never be over. Because this is the Endless Elsewhere podcast. Do good, fight evil, repeat.